I was somehow doing some businesses when I was in Kenya. Things were not okay. So I found one friend of mine, and she had that people were traveling for greener pastures, and the salary was good paying. So I decided to join her to that journey. At that time, everything was given for free. I didn't have a passport. I didn't have anything. So they were giving you everything. When you're going to town for those arrangements, buying lunch was being bought for you. You're being given transport. They were just doing everything for us.
You know, most of the people who have been victims of Saudi, they always say that they were not aware of the work they were going to do. Ukienda mahali hapa ulielezewa ni kitu gani unaenda kufanya ama ni kazi gani unaenda kufanya huko?
Mimi kwa kweli nilielezewa kazi naenda kufanya ni kazi ya nyumba. I was very sure when I was going there. The thing is, what inspired me most is the cash they were giving out. They told us a very good amount, but when reaching there, things were different.
What do you mean by things were different?
From Kenya, we were told that the salary was ranging from 25,000 to 30,000. But when we went there, our first salary, it was not like that. We were being paid 800 real, which at that time, when you send it to Kenya, it was like 16,000 approximately when the dollar is down.
Now, I want you to take us to give us the real picture of working in Saudi, because I understand every person, every individual had or has his own experience. Na wewe ulikuwa huko kwa miaka 5. So nataka tupatie taswira kamili as a person who was there and they had experience, and until I can see you guys, you started a footprint to freedom.
Kenya.
Yeah, so yes. What actually inspired you guys to start this kind of an organization? Ni nini kiko huko chenye wezi penda mtu arudi huko tena?
Ni kwamba people from Kenya, watu wana expect vitu high sana when you're going to Saudi Arabia or Qatar. Expectations ile kwanza unaenda nazo, you're going there for a greener pasture. As in, you're going to save money, you're going to give your kids. For me, I'm a single parent. So you're doing that for your kid. Maneno, vitu kwa ground ni different. Hakuna time ya kufanya job. As in, all the time you should be working. And you are not only working for one family, for the whole family. Provided you are from this house, they can tell you, go to my sister's place, my mother's place. You're just there working. Yes.
Nataka wewe mwenyewe tuelezee ni masaibu gani ulipitia kwa hizo miaka 5 ulikuwa huko. Ni masaibu gani ulipitia ndio mkaamua you come up as a team who have been working in the Middle East and voice up?
Cha kwanza vile tulifika huko, tulidepart from airport na friends wangu. So hapo ni kila mtu akashika njia yake. First introduction nilipelekwa place inaitwa Yambu. Going to Yambu nilipata a family inakaa kama football team, because it had boys. It was not a joke. Kitu ya kwanza nilikuwa so shocked because tukitoka Kenya niliambiwa familia yangu ilikuwa ni ya mtu mmoja. A new couple with no kids. So surprisingly, nilipata a whole family, a football team with boys, mother. So, and I was the only house help there. So it was really, at first I was shocked and really, it started to traumatize me because I was not expecting to work with so many people in one house. Na pia nyumba ya wanaume iko na mtihani sana. Mtihani ya kwanza, unapata all the time wako behind you. Yeah. Kuna ule anakutaka, kuna ule anakuthreaten. Unaona? Na they are doing this behind their mothers. Their mothers don't know anything. So ni hao mko na wao kwa nyumba. And they are there to stay. Because unaoa, unapewa tu like a room there, hivyo. So wanajua kucheza na time ya bibi zao na nini. All the time wanakufuata. Saki mimi ilikuwa ni mtihani kubwa sana. That's why before that, boss wangu mwenye alinichukua Akaniambia I was not to come to that place, wamenifanyia exchange bila ya mimi kujua. Nikapigia agent wangu kutoka Kenya, akaniambia hakuna vile tutakusaidia, you have to deal with that, you're already there, wewe jua vile utajisort. So kulikuwa hakuna option, have kuvumilia tu hapo kwa nyumba, hakuna kulala, ni kazi 24/7.
The worst experience you had while in that house?
The worst experience I had is I had a very good boss pande ya mama. Pande ya baba ndio ilikuwa sasa ni tricky. Cause all the time baba ako, you have to do this for me. Yani anakuthreaten, ni kama anakutaka hivyo. Na the moment unajaribu kuresist anakuonyesha hapana, you're in my house so you have to do. By the way, mimi kwangu ilikuwa so challenging. Nilipigana, it was a come and witness war. It was really bad.
Physical war.
Physical war.
Na nani, na boss ama na watu?
Na sister ya boss.
Sababu ikiwa ni gani?
Sababu ikiwa kuna ndugu yake alikuwa after mimi. So trying to tell them they all gang up against me. And I had nowhere to run to. So I had to release my stress there.
So what followed next after you guys fighting?
They really threatened me. Mpaka wakaita mapolisi. But kidogo nilibahatika ulikuwa na polisi yule alikuwa anajua Kizungu na amesoma kidogo. Sasa hapo yani story haikuenda sana. Wakakutatua wenyewe cause pia hawakutaka aibu iende pande yao. So hawakunipeleka mahali. Have kunihamisha tena kwa nyumba ingine. Yeah, family member.
Family member still.
Yes.
And how was it? And then talking of linguistic, how were you guys communicating? Being that wewe ni Mkenya, the only language you can communicate is English. Now wow, it is Arabic.
Yes.
How were you guys communicating?
It was really difficult at first because I didn't know anything. You know, we are Muslims. We go to madrasa. All you know is kusoma Quran kidogo kidogo. We are not talking Arabic. So communicating to them, it was like a sign language, like for the how bubus talk. When you want something, you have to show me. This is what I want. Because them, they don't understand English. You don't understand Arabic. Mm-hmm. So you have to be shown. This is what I want. This is what I want you to do. Mm-hmm. And even them, they get tired.
A lot has been happening. I know, especially when it comes to killings. Tumeona watu wengi wameweza kupoteza maisha yao wakiwa huko. Wewe ni nini ambacho uliweza kunusurika ama waliweza kukuumiza kwa njia yoyote?
Mimi hawakuweza kuniumiza. Kidogo nilinusurika waliponipeleka police station. Hapo nilienda nikapata mwanaume yule ambaye kidogo amesomea nje. Ndio akakuja akakwa. Kidogo hapo huyo ndo alipata kuniokoa. Na pia yule boss alinipokea kutoka Kenya, mwanaume mwenye ningekuwa supposed kwenda kwa nyumba yake, pia yeye alikuwa na understand English. So the case was a little bit fair. For the first time it was ruled well. But I had to move to the same family but different couples.
How was the environment after being moved to another house?
The environment was bad because everybody was, they were just monsters to you. Yeah. So working with them, it was really difficult.
I would like to give us that monster action that you used to receive from them. What was it that they were doing to you?
First thing, they are so mean. You don't eat. You'll have to work for all those hours without food. You have to wake up at night. Maybe she had a little kid. So you have to work for that kid the whole night. They don't consider you as a human being. Yes.
You've told me off camera that there was a time you became a fugitive.
Yes.
I would like you to tell us what actually happened.
So what happened is that I felt I was really traumatized and I needed to space out. And I really didn't knew where to run to. So the only thing I thought of, at first the person who gave me that idea of being a fugitive is my own boss. Because the way he was talking all the time, like there are people outside there who don't have documents and they can work. It's not a must. You can take you back to Kenya. So I had that idea and I wanted to go and see what is outside there. That made me run.
So what happened to that point that you had to run out of your boss's house?
At that point, I collided with my madam, all because of the small boy. Now, when I came to that house, it was like that boy is mine. So I have to do everything. She's not breastfeeding. She's not doing anything. So whatever you are doing has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect on her eyes. But her, he's just seated with the phone. So he's just commanding.
So what exactly happened before you decided to run out of that house?
Before I decided to run out of that house, it was on Eid. We are having the Eid festival. So when the whole family was coming to that place, and I had to do everything on my own. I tried to talk to my madam, at least to bring me somebody else to help me. So at that time, there was a time she tried to slap me, and she really slapped me. I really felt bad. I cried the whole night. I was like, why did I come to this place? And she was a small madam, very young one. So after slapping me, I didn't wait for the second slap. So I had to run out before their husband came. Before they came to the rescue, I was gone, far gone.
And you didn't even pick your documents?
I didn't pick anything. I went the way I was.
That's how you became a fugitive?
That's how I became a fugitive.
Now take us through that life of being a fugitive. How was it?
Life of being a fugitive, it's not hard and it's not easy, provided you know what you've gone there to do. With the Saudi, when they really know you're a fugitive, it's so tricky. You can work for them a whole month. When you finish, they cut down your salary, or they totally don't give you your salary. And you don't have any say because you don't have documents. You are there illegally. So you can't take them anywhere. So you have to learn how to survive. And being a fugitive, it's from one house to another house, one house to another house. Yes.
And you as a fugitive, by that time, you don't experience these rough moments that those people that have been brought from other countries face.
You experience worse moments. Because at that time, they are really sure you can't take them anywhere. There was a time I went to a house where that man was a policeman. I worked for them for a whole month. They didn't want to give me my salary. So they brought excuses like, you stole for us this. It was a chaotic thing. We were just arguing and fighting. And it really landed me to a police station.
Again. And then when did you decide to say enough is enough, I need to go back home?
I said enough is enough. I went to a house, it was really far from Riyadh. So there, where even I put it in Facebook, tulivalisha mpaka mbuzi pampers. Like, hiyo place sasa mbuzi ndio toy ya mtoi ya kuchezea.
I don't get you. Like, what exactly happened?
We went it was for a walk. We just went to look at
a job.
I went for a job in a house. In that house, we traveled to the Oshago there. Because even then they have the shags there. So going to that shags, what I experienced there was worse than worse. Because I had to feed goats and pampers. I was putting pampers. Hizi mbuzi inatembea hapa. Unaivalisha pampers. Unaipatia mnyonyi. Kama mtoto wangu ule vile nampatia mnyonyi sahi kwa nyumba.
It was like that was the work that meant for you.
It was not my work. Sasa hiyo ndo ile nilienda kuipatilia huko mbele. And at that point, you can't return back. So you have to do that thing till you finish. Murudi sasa kutoka Ushago.
Sasa hizo mbuzi zilikuwa ni za kuchezea ama
za kuchezea, za watoto. Hizo ndo toys. How long? Mbuzi pampers.
How long did you do it?
Eh?
How long did you
I
do it?
did it for a whole month. We had to stay there for a whole month.
Every day, or it was
Not every day. It is like you're changing your kid diapers. You're keen with that and feeding them. And it has to be clean. Have you ever washed a goat? Me, I have.
unaiogesha.
Naiogesha kwa bathtub. Naipanguza na towel. Naipatia chupa mnyonyi na inaivisha pampers.
Mbuzi moja ama zilikuwa mingi?
Zilikuwa 4. Because we had 4 kids. So kila mmoja alikuwa na yake. Na haruhusiwi kuishika ikiwa chafu. So after cleaning the kids, you have to clean the toys for them. Now the toys are the goods. I was saying it was not funny. I really felt it. But now what do you have to do? You have to do nothing. It's just that utavumilia mpaka umalize.
Hapo sasa ndo ukaamua kurudi ama?
Hapo sasa tulipotoka ushago sasa ndo nikaamua sasa enough is enough. I have to go back.
Were you deported or you went back to document?
There's no document you're being given. You're being deported back. You have to stay in a police station for a while.
So what was that process of you being deported? Do you live hizi nguo zako za kawaida na ukazi?
Yeah. Na nikatoka nikatembea barabarani. So they had to put me inside the vehicle and I was taken to Committee Maximum in Saudi Arabia.
For how long?
I was lucky inside there I stayed for 1 week.
Maisha ilikuwaje hapo ndani?
Maisha haikuwa rahisi. Kwa sababu kitu ya kwanza tuko kabila nyingi. We had Ethiopians. Ndo hao tulikuwa nao wa Hindi hao. Alisa na sisi wa Kenya. So things were not smooth sailing. Because everything you had to use force. Like food. Because they have to look for the sponsor who brought you to Saudi Arabia so that he or she can release you back to Kenya. It is not smooth coming back home. If they decide now you have stolen for them, you'll have to stay there. You'll have to be jailed. So if your kafil said, now I'm satisfied, let her go, now you'll go. So mine, when she came, she just released me. She didn't say I stole for her or anything. But I left there so many Kenyans. Yes.
Who are going through a lot.
As
we wrap up our interview, what would you tell those people? You know, however much we highlight about these stories, bado kuna wale watu tu wako na ile tu lazima niruduko. Yes. What would you tell them, and as per your experience, what do you think is the solution to these issues of people going to Saudi?
You know, when I came back, that's why I met a young girl called Fauzia, who introduced me to Footprint to Freedom Kenya. And it's dealing with human trafficking. So trying to empower women about what they're going out there to do. When you're in Kenya, you can do better things. We have to be proud of Kenya. All we need is motivation. And everybody should have trust in him or herself. And you should give yourself courage. You can do it. You have to try. Yes, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. And all it needs is courage. Because out there, life is not easy.
And appeal to the government, anyone to the government, especially these people of agents who are taking people.
It is so sad that they know everything which people are going through outside there. In the media, they'll say different things. Like, people are not suffering, they have working hours, all those, they are not there, and they are very sure, but they will still lie in front of the media, which is very bad. You know, unaambiwa usifanyie mtu kenye wewe hutaki kufanyiwa, all in the name of getting money, because they're being given good cash. So they should stop the human trafficking. It is not good.